welcome to the Phantom Zone. It's Arlen hosting. This happens only once every 52 years, so don't get used to it.
52, I see what you did
there. So we 52 might be a hint as to what we're talking about. We are covering the CW, sort of a brief, I guess, conclusion summary of everything that's been going on.
I
so
think
far.
It's just like we're covering like where are we at right now before we are recording this on a Monday. Crisis starts Sunday, so
it's just and there are some episodes that haven't come out yet. Also, so that's the other important thing. Some episodes we haven't seen, but Crisis.
I've seen all of it minus this week's. I've seen all of it minus this week's Batwoman.
I've only really seen Arrow, but I trust you guys to cover me.
I have not seen this week's Black Lightning, so I doubt it ties in. I feel like they're just gonna pluck him out, which is fine by me.
I'm fine with that. That works, I guess.
We should say who else is here. I'm Lou Gonzalez.
Yeah,
I'm just Scott, and I'm just here.
Yeah. And Connor may be joining us, or he may not. We'll see.
He might be infected by blood work.
Yeah,
AKA,
exactly.
Why did Flash come back so early to give us this garbage?
Okay, so then first off, two things. A, how do we want to do this? Do we want to go by show, or do we want to just
let's just go by important revelations that we've learned since we were last on a mic together.
Important revelations. I didn't think there was a villain as bad as the Thinker, but here we are.
I don't know. I'm really thinking crisis dependent stuff. So like, plot points, things that we might have learned, and hints at where we're going.
So I'm trying to think. Well, basically, I would say let's leave Arrow for now, and I would say Supergirl, for the most part, has not touched on anything,
except for this week.
Where we got to see why the one of the villains for this season so far was released by the Monitor last season, which was Malefic. That would be John Jones's younger brother,
and played by Phil Lamar of all things.
Yes, both like the voice and everything, and basically did the same thing he did to Oliver recently, which was it was a test. I would say more than what he did with Laurel, as like to clear up his stuff. He's like, I saw that you were a good warrior, so I needed you to get over your shit so that you could actually come to the game and play. Was basically what he told him.
Is he going to be part of the first wave, and Supergirl's not going to know about it, or?
Yeah,
if they even do a first wave.
It seems as weirdly like he's the Crisis character from that show. Him, and then obviously the second one is we get revisited to Lex Luthor in space somewhere, like on a giant coin-looking thing, playing weird chess, but still chewing up the scenery in all its glory. So I actually think,
I'm into it.
John Cryer is such a good Lex Luthor. I'm just gonna say
he's perfect. Yeah. Well, he is what Jesse Eisenberg wanted to be, but failed at.
I agree with that.
Now, speaking of which, before we go into that, with Supergirl, Lou, you and I were talking separately way before this morning, I think, or something. You brought up an interesting idea with a character from Supergirl.
Yes. So in the comic, which we've been reading through on the comic show, Psycho Pirate plays a very key role. And since we have not seen Psycho Pirate since last year's crossover, I actually think Lena on Supergirl is going to play that role based on some of the stuff she has done this season and what Lex says in his thing with the Monitor. Because she has been playing with mind control on a global scale, which is a big part of the Crisis story and why Psycho Pirate's even there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, that would be a really cool, something different for it.
Because I think, I don't think we're getting the exact characters, but I think we are getting people filling those roles. So I think Lex is going to fill the role of Alexander Luthor, although they're different characters. And then maybe Martian Manhunter is going to fill the role of Supergirl.
Interesting.
So you think he'll die then? Or Supergirl will still die?
I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves that show. There's really nothing there for him to do anymore.
Yeah, his role is kind of unnecessary.
Because, and also, he's the most expensive part of that show too.
He is, and also like Kara and Alex have each other's backs at this point. You don't need another character, I guess, to be like the support system for the two of them.
Yeah. Like he either needs to have his own show or go away.
I agree.
There was a rumor going around. I think he was leaving to go on Legends, but he debunked that immediately.
Yeah.
Like I think I actually think he's a really good actor, and I think he's really good in this character. And I wouldn't want to see him go away forever. But there's really no use for him, especially when then you have the Superman Lois show coming. It's like, what do you do with Martian Manhunter? Like, unless they do like a hard detective thing, which they played with for a half a second, but now it's like you have that, and you also have Dreamer isn't Supergirl, and then Brainiac, and like he's kind of unnecessary, and he's also like OP as all fuck. Like if Supergirl's OP, Martian Manhunter's like even more.
It's just like one flick of the finger, and boom, you're dead.
Yeah, they downplay his psychic powers so much on the show; it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the only thing that would make me think maybe not him is McCod is also leaving, or has left. I can't actually. I've only watched an episode. Yeah, so that's my I don't know if they would do that on this at the same time. Maybe they will. Who knows?
He left to go be Jax. That's what he did.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, that's a thing, but I could see that happening definitely. Were there any other sort of reveals or things that are Supergirl and Crisis focused?
On Supergirl, not so much.
Okay.
Nah, it's just been kind of that.
Yeah, and I assume no hints on Black Lightning either because.
No, they haven't. The season hasn't touched on it. It is an amazing season. I would suggest anybody watch it. But yeah, it has nothing to do with anything.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. So the next one would be Batgirl, because I haven't been keeping up. But
Batwoman has nothing to do.
Or Batwoman. God,
they're different characters.
I know, but my brain does only allows for one.
How dare you?
Female character. I only have so much RAM.
Hashtag Arlen, your hashtag bat canceled.
Sure.
Time's up there, Arlen. I'm kidding.
No, again, another show that I think has been really good.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with anything so far. Although it was interesting that it took 3 episodes to do the time jump.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
To where Elseworlds was.
Episode
I'm shocked
4,
by that then.
She's in like the Batman suit for 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay, so they did a time jump around then, and now it's closer to now, basically. Or
so it was around episode 4 or 5, because like in 5 they mentioned the breakout of Arkham.
Arkham, yeah.
Okay. So even though they set up Psycho Pirate in Gotham, none of that has been touched on, which is supports your theory, Lou, that they're going to give it to
Lena,
yeah,
because if they would have had Psycho Pirate be something, which they could have, and like they've talked about other characters, we've seen plenty of other Batman villains in the show. Who was the one woman that was like randomly in an episode, John? She's a bird. Magpie.
Wait,
Magpie was in an episode, and like
Tommy Elliott.
They've mentioned Killer Croc, Riddler, Joker, Penguin. Yeah. I think they mentioned Two-Face in an episode. And they've had
Alfred's daughter.
Yes, Alfred's daughter. Like they've had plenty of stuff. So like them not making you feel like they looked at that mask and were like, I don't think we can make this costume into a mask and make it not look really dumb.
Well, I think I came up with another angle because we don't know, obviously, but I guess what have we learned about Batman in particular that could come up in Crisis, I guess, because there's going to be a lot of Batman stuff. Nothing?
The only thing we know is he's been missing for 3 years.
Okay.
Lucius is dead. Lucius Fox is dead. He and Alfred are MIA. We don't know what happened to make them leave or why they left.
Jacob blames Batman for the death of his daughter.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
really,
it.
There's really where the whole thing is just them setting up the show because it's season 1. Well, also at some point they're going to have to do a crisis.
Yeah. All right. So
Actually,
I feel
no, they didn't.
we can.
From what I haven't seen the new episode, but actually, I don't even know if they've done something for crisis except for probably whatever was in Supergirl at the end. Well, I'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we can move to Flash now. Which yeah. So bad filler villains aside, we have gotten some pretty significant crisis stuff, but it was mostly earlier in the season, and we covered it before.
So I like the stuff that I like. I don't like Ramsey Rosso. Like, I like the actor, and like thinking on it now, it doesn't make any sense in the lead up to what's going to happen. But all the stuff that's involved crisis on Flash predating up to it, like him having to accept what's going to happen, him having to prepare the team, the Caitlin and Frost stuff, all that has been great.
See, I feel like in comparison to Arrow, who's doing the exact same things, it's like a shitty version of what they've been doing with Stephen Amell.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's not the acting, because I think Grant scared. He was good being scared. It's just the story isn't good. And then the side character.
Last week's episode, Grant killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's a good actor. The problem is like the rest of the cast gets nothing to goddamn do.
Yeah.
Which is the problem with the character.
Ralph had fun during that one episode. Other than that, it was a lot of like, okay, this is happening.
It's like the Caitlyn stuff. I'm like, all right, Killer Frost wants to have a life now. Okay.
I don't really care about New Girl Reporter that much.
Who finds out everything.
I have some thoughts on her because, what was it, 2 episodes ago where she used her powers with Nashwells?
Yeah. I think she'll be important, in some way.
I think to go again, I think she's going to replace Dr. Light.
That makes sense.
In that story. Because the character who would be Dr. Light, because we saw a version of her in another season from Earth 2.
Yes, we saw Linda Park from Earth 2.
Which, again, why they bring in Linda Park is weird because that's Wally West's wife. And the Earth 1 worked with Iris all the way back in season 1. And it was the same actress.
Well, it makes sense making her also now part of Iris's new reporting team.
Superwoman reporting squad?
Yes. Yeah, whatever it's called.
Guardian.
The Guardian. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense there. What was I going to say? I like her. I do like Nashwells a lot.
I have mixed feelings on him. Like, I like Kavanaugh. I like what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really happy because I have had a theory for months about Nashwells, and I just got proven right, I think. And
I agree. I think you were proven right.
Ecstatic that was right.
And that's why I have mixed feelings on him, because I'm not sure how I feel about it.
So to elaborate what I'm talking about, at the end of pretty much what they're doing this year is like Elseworlds. They're doing a end teaser scene across all the shows, and the Elseworlds crossover, it was Earth 90, Barry Allen, the original 90s TV show Flash, getting his world's ass kicked by the Monitor, and then him running off to the camera. This year, the teaser is that Nashwells, throughout the Flash, Nashwells has been trying to like open this like bridge, this little gate where the Monitor is gone. And that's happened, but he gets there and he basically goes, I don't want to kill him anymore. I just don't really want to do that. I've been looking for so long and I've wanted to kill you, but I'm just not going to do that anymore. So he touches these symbols, and what ends up happening is that he touches the symbols and this voice tells him you could be promised a new life. You'll be promised. And then he touches the symbols, the tomb opens, a bright light envelops him and then sucks him right in. And then that's all we see of him. So my theory is that Nash Wells is Pariah. It's not even a real Wells. It's Pariah in some kind of disguise.
Interesting.
See, I think he is Pariah, but I think he is that's like a title that he bestows upon himself.
Yeah.
And I'm
He's
kind of
Anti-Monitor bestows upon him.
Maybe the Anti-Monitor. The thing is, like, I kind of don't like him being Pariah for a short period of time. That's like the only thing, because that character sucks in the comic. Like, we're reading it, he's the whiniest, bitchiest character that's ever been created.
He is, but what I'm thinking is that what if that Pariah is
like taking over his being?
Not even taking over his being. I just feel like that Pariah like kept him in disguise because he knew of that Earth's Flash, and he knew that he looked like a Wells, and that they would trust a new character of Wells, because someone mentioned to me today that they mentioned the Council of Wells, and he didn't even know who that was.
I never put that together. It would be interesting if it was like he was disguising himself. The only thing is, like, we've seen Wells we've seen Kavanaugh in the Pariah costume in promo stuff. It's like he definitely is playing Pariah. So
well, that's what I'm saying that Nash Wells was simply a disguise, and it's really Pariah is Nash Wells, is what I'm trying to say.
So like the Nash part doesn't really exist. Like, yes, he is a Wells, but he is not the Wells he is portraying.
Are you talking about like a Total Recall situation where his disguise is so good that he doesn't even remember that he's in disguise, basically? Is that what you're
I didn't even think about that, but that could be a possibility. I'm just thinking more of like he's even said he's wanted to kill Monitor for so long, but what if that was a ruse because he was really Pariah just trying to gain knowledge?
Okay, I think I get what you're saying now. Like, so he has been Pariah for forever, like in the book, but he's just been portraying himself as Nash Wells in order to get to this door and get the Flash team to help him.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We'll get confirmation very soon.
Pretty soon, yes.
We'll get it in like a few days. It's an interesting question, certainly.
It'd be really curious to see how he is portrayed, considering, like...
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe Pariah is an adventurer of some kind. Or...
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like, the idea that they're both one and the same, like, even, like, Pariah's real name could be Nash Wells, for all we know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
What
are the other revelations that we had?
I would say the only other things is like the popping around the other Earths, which I don't remember if we talked about last time when I went and saw Jay. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I do like that scene a lot.
But I think it ties into like the greater, which like to not go like that, like relationships exist over like universes, just not with the same names.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it might not be actual setup, or it might just be red herrings. But I think the fact that we had an episode revolving around Cisco's ex, I think that was meant to remind us that universe still exists.
Yeah, because that had a speedster
but that was
on
kind
it
of
too.
Cool.
Yeah. It was kind of lame that they killed her off, like basically off camera, because that was not the actress.
Yeah, that was lame. I hated that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we can get Danny Trejo because he's 800 and he'll do anything because he doesn't give a fuck, and he'll do it because his grandkids will watch it. But like,
Danny Trejo will literally do student films for like $1.
I mean, it's so good. I'm glad that he does that. That's that's
because he's an awesome human being that went through like some real ass shit.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and he'll be a big help to some of those student films for sure. But yeah, he was. I mean, I thought he was good in that episode. But anyways, I think that was like a reminder that universe exists. I think
not just that, like
stuff
the like multiverses exist in other versions, because we saw Evil Cisco from not Earth 2,
Earth 19.
Yeah, like a completely different one. Which Earth 19 is not one we visited before, I don't think.
Well, we were explicitly not to visit Earth 19, or am I mixing that one up? There's a couple universes where you're not even allowed to go there unless you're from there.
That was I don't remember.
Or was that Gypsy's Earth? I cannot. be positive. But yeah, I think that just the idea of like doppelgangers and jumping around from universe to universe, and that there are people that do that frequently, I think that was part of it, like reminding us that that is a thing, that there are some universes that are fully aware of crisis probably, and they're like trying to evacuate. That could definitely be a thing that they're sort of prompting us for. But yeah, I think there's a lot in each of these episodes. I think something that happened with Ralph might have been set up. I'm not sure what it was, but they might have been reminding us that he's immortal even without his
God powers,
his thinker powers
that we just forget exist.
The only stuff they've done with Ralph this season, besides telling us he's a god, is basically is the whole Sue Dearborn subplot, which hasn't gone anywhere.
But I'm getting the sense that they might have subtly set something up, something that we're not supposed to be like aware of yet, because he's all over the crisis photos.
Do you know what Earth 19 is in the comics?
What is it?
It's Gotham by Gaslight.
Of course it is. No, we've talked about this before. That's right. We've definitely had this discussion.
It's steampunk. It's steampunk Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I think that Ralph is going to do something important. I think,
which is interesting because he has no role in the book, I'm trying to think of what role he could take.
Well, he's the elongated man, not Elastic Man, or who's
he's elongated man. He's not Plastic Man.
So does Plastic Man have any role in Infinite? Okay, interesting. Or any other similar?
Maybe that's going to be maybe that's going to be his sister? Question mark. If he ever finds her.
The main players in it are the two Supermen, Supergirl, Flash Barry Allen, the two people that work for the Monitor, Psycho Pirate, and then I'm trying to think who else, because Batman's not involved in this story at all.
Interesting.
And what, Batwoman or?
So I think that they're gonna be. I think there's gonna be some new ground. Definitely, there's gonna be some places where those characters take over roles that you would never associate with them. Obviously, interesting.
And I do want to point out for the back half of Flash this season, I think we're getting, her name is the actress is going to be playing Eva McCulloch, which is basically Mirror Master, but maybe female.
Yeah, because we've had a Mirror Master.
Yeah, because
was she top?
Maybe she was top. I don't know.
Because we saw, was it 2 seasons ago last season with the mirror gun?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Let's see.
But really, the only stuff we've done has been preparing everyone for crisis. Caitlin got her own episode. Cisco got his own episode. Ralph had that really fun spy episode.
Oh, okay. I just thought of something. Lou, or maybe it was you, John, in the chat. Someone brought up them killing off Jay instead of Barry. I'm not so sure about that, because
if they were going to do it, they would kill off the 90s Barry, so that way it's still a dead Barry.
Right. That's the thing. It would have to be that Barry, because I don't think that they want to. I don't think that they want to permanently get rid of that actor whose name is escaping me.
John Wesley Shipp.
John Wesley Shipp. I mean, here's the thing. They can just cast him as anything. They can just say he's blah 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 from Earth blah blah blah. But I don't think that they want to get rid of the already set up character that is played by him, which is why I do think 90s Flash would make sense, because it gives that character urgency and more importance. People will go back and watch the 90s show even more so if he dies in crisis,
Which is not terrible and has a really great episode. Like its final episode is actually a really good episode.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure, considering everything that we've
the
seen,
time period, yes,
yeah, I'm sure it's fine for the time period. But like, there's people watch it now as sort of like a, ha, isn't it funny that we did this then? Isn't it kind of weird? And I think that there will be much more of a sense of like completionism around it if that character dies in Crisis. A sense of like, no, I need to watch this. I need to get a sense of who this version of Barry Allen is. So I think that'd be a smart idea. Certainly.
Yeah, I'm just like flipping through the comic as we're seeing here. Literally, like all the characters, like almost besides the ones I said, like everyone else is super minor. It isn't till the end when a couple of characters kind of step up, and it's all the magic users.
Huh.
And for what is this?
In Crisis.
Well, that would explain John being prominent in the posters and all the promotional
all the magic users concentrate with John Constantine and Alan Scott combining their powers of the Green Lantern and magic, because he's Green Lantern, which is magic. And that is what like fucks up that is like what does like a huge blow to the Anti-Monitor.
Maybe John Diggle's gonna team up with John Constantine, and they're just
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we're gonna get, because I think Laurel is the Lady Quark character who's like the woman left without a planet, like she's the sole survivor of a universe.
Yep.
I think Oliver is taking the place of Old Man Superman.
Okay.
Because of the way, like, I think the way that story closes with him and Lois like kind of going off and being like in their own little sanctuary makes the ending of last season of Arrow with Felicity make sense. Because if he's just dead, where is Monitor taking her?
Right. That all makes that makes sense. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, because the Anti-Monitor captures one of the Flashes. Well, he captures Barry in the comic and is like wants to use him to power a thing. And that is why he needs someone with mind control powers.
I still want to know how Jonah Hex is going to play into this.
Wait,
John, don't question it.
Jonah Hex is going to be in this crossover. The actor who plays him on the Arrowverse. Well,
I think it's just because they're like pulling in everybody. Because they're literally
he's gonna be Jonah Hex 2099 or whatever.
Like
2059.
Josh Brolin shows up as Jonah Hex one last time.
Well, because like the Earth X characters are prominent in the crossover, because there's 5 Earths remaining. It's Earth 1, the regular continuity, the Golden Age, which is like Old Man Superman. It's Earth X, Captain Marvel. The which one? Yeah, the Ray. There's like the Marvels, which is like the Captain Marvel old school Shazam Earth. So I don't know, they're not doing anything with that. And then what was the other one? It was all the caveman shit. Like like there was the caveman and then the Commandi like weird future shit.
Oh yeah. Commandi the last boy.
Oh wait, Jonah Hex is in the book though. He's in the first issue or second issue. Because they have all the Old West characters are there.
Huh.
Well, we all know how this crossover is going to end. Tyler Hoechlin's booty cheeks are going to save the universe.
Yeah, that's something. They're doing more Supermen than the book because they're doing 3 or 4.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the quote? The quote that they all said about seeing Brandon in the superhero suit.
No,
something. I think
everyone was like, "Sweet Jesus, that man is a god."
Yeah, because he worked out. Because him and his wife are leaving that show, I believe, after the season. Or maybe after Crisis.
I have it right here. I have all the reactions. Apparently, like, everyone gasped when he showed up on set for the first time.
He's definitely off Legends as a regular, they said. I don't know if he'll be gone. But introducing Ryan Choi means that there'll be a different Adam.
Which I love Ryan Choi. And I'm guessing, like, Blue Beetle plays a prominent role in the beginning of Crisis. And I'm guessing Ray will take over that spot.
Right, as he has
his existence.
To. Yes, I mean that's been his whole entire purpose in Arrow is replace Blue Beetle who they continue to set up constantly.
Constantly. I feel like every season they're like Ted Cord Industries. Although they recently brought back on Supergirl Maxwell Lord's name, who was only in season 1.
Oh God, I haven't heard that since. Oh, what was that, season 1?
Yeah, because it was what's his name from the Twilight movie. That was
it was Facinelli.
Yeah,
and now played by the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he will be.
That's pretty much what we're all assuming at this point.
Is that in the Suicide Squad movie? Wait,
no, Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm hoping that the rumors from early on will still be true, because it was that he was going to be playing an Indiana Jones type, and Maxwell Lord as an Indiana Jones type is fascinating, and I want to know how that works.
He was originally a character that hung out with the Justice League. He wasn't a villain until that story. That one story.
I know. I'm just thinking about my vision of Maxwell Lord, which is like he's a rich dude. He's like.
Oh, that's just popped in my head. What if he's Snapper Carr?
Oh God.
Because that fits that Indiana Jones thing, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
That would be the greatest, like, a switcheroo. He's the worst. He's like the worst character.
So I should point out, Mark Guggenheim this entire week has been tweeting hints like the crap out of things.
I mean, sure. In between being on 4 different phones at once,
there's a new trailer coming out tomorrow. So this is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard.
So between Flash and Arrow tomorrow.
I guess so. No, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. I thought you said p.m.
No,
9 a.m. Okay.
And then one of the crisis hints that he's giving out is someone asked which character is showing up, the Hawks, Vixen, or the Ray. He's like one of the 3. I'm like, okay,
it's called the Vixen. It's the Ray or Vixen. It's definitely not the fucking Hawks.
No,
it's 100% not the Hawks. Oh God!
If it was the Hawks, I would salute him forever, because
we'll get Vandal Savage again before we get the Hawks.
Okay, hang on. We already got Vandal Savage. We got happier Vandal Savage who doesn't hate.
I know. I want him to come back and fight the Anti-Monitor. Wouldn't that be great?
He's just a cheerleader on the side.
Yes. Okay, so I think we've mostly covered the Flash, but do you guys have any sort of like notes or points about it?
I mean, I'm hoping the next half post-crisis is a much more interesting than pre-crisis. I'm assuming it will be.
Yeah, that leads me to sort of a thing that I've been saying in the chat, which is like they should have just done like 2-3 episodes, or maybe even just one pre-crisis. You could have gotten a lot of what they did so far this season that was actually of any value done in an episode or 2, and just gone straight into crisis.
For some reason, like they half learned the lesson of episode like season length, because Arrow's been awesome, Black Lightning's been awesome. I do like Batwoman, but we're like a third of the way through that season. And I'm like, this cannot keep up what it's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Flash, I'm like, you're not even being able to start at a pace.
Unless the back half of Batwoman is like a completely different plot altogether. Because I haven't even been paying that much of attention, but I'm like, how do you keep this going for a whole season? I don't understand.
Can't. It's not possible to maintain it.
Yeah. So I think that they're slowly switching to the 13. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year we're like, wow, there's only one 22 episode show left, and it's The Flash, and it's so weird that it's the one that keeps on doing it. I wouldn't be
probably because of the contracts they have signed. Because it's like I'd rather have more shows with less episodes.
Exactly. Like I would rather have.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'd rather have like 8 or 10 shows, but 12 episode seasons.
Yeah, well, then it would make sense to have a Superman and Lois show and a Supergirl show.
Exactly. It makes much more sense to do 12 episodes of Superman and Lois, 12 episodes of Supergirl, but Supergirl shows up on their show, and they show up on her show. So it's
you know why 12 is a good number? Because that's how many months there are in a year, and that's how many issues of a comic you would get.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just it's easier. It's easier. I understand, like, for writers, it's not something that writers want to hear. People who write for a living, they want a 22 episode show because they're
Do
still
they?
getting paid. They're still getting paid the same amount regardless of the season length, which
Then wouldn't
maybe
you
we should
want less
fix
writing?
that. No, because they want more paychecks. Unless you're a staff writer, you're getting paid by episode. So
Oh,
if it's
okay. I think
22
you the way you
episode
worded
show,
it at first made it sound like the opposite.
yeah, it was kind of sloppy. But no, like, what they want is they want more episodes because it means that they get more paychecks. They get more chances to write versus a 12 episode where, unless you're a staff writer, you have very few chances to get in and get a check cut. I think that maybe the industry should sort of restructure things a little bit, change how they treat episodes. But that's not a discussion for here that much.
Can I just pop one thing in here that Guggenheim
Yeah.
tweeted like a couple weeks ago that I did not see anywhere?
What?
Oh yes. Yeah,
I
saw
did not
this.
see this.
Oh
I
god.
did.
Guggenheim, god damn it.
So here's the thing. There's some context here that we got to look at. That's not the current costume. So
Yes,
that's
that
a
is
different Supergirl, or a different time for Supergirl.
Yeah, well, it's
that
much
isn't a
more like
costume.
it's a very similar. It's her older costume, but that's the costume that's much similar to the Crisis one, minus the
Yeah.
headband.
Exactly.
Maybe it's like a flashback for older Superman or something.
It might be. I need to, because they put out a teaser. I'm gonna try and watch it real quick because we see Supergirl in that teaser.
That 42nd one?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know
it might be a thing where that's just what the monitor put her in. So let's see. Teaser. It's like a minute. Let's see. Scrub through that. Show had their own. Let's see. Yeah, she's wearing the new suit, all blue and down to the legs. Yeah, pants, all that.
Yeah, so this could either be another Supergirl. That makes sense only if it's another Supergirl.
Yeah, but they'll definitely. I think they'll use it as a fake out. We'll think that it's the Supergirl we know, but she'll be like our Supergirl will be watching somehow. I think
Brandon Routh Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. It could be. It could easily be Brandon Routh Supergirl. It could be just. It could also just be like an illusion, like Monitor still kind of toying with them.
Oh, it could be.
I kind of like that.
Or maybe there is a bunch of that in the story. Again, to go like that, Psycho Pirate mind controls all the people of Earth except for the ones working with the Monitor to think everybody else is the ones doing this.
Yeah. That would make sense. And
it was all a dream by the Monitor.
Yeah. I mean, also, remind me, where is Tyler Hoechlin's Superman at this moment? Is he on Earth?
No, he is on Argo.
So if we cut to him and he's having a dream, he doesn't know.
No, she changed costumes.
Yeah, at all. So I think that could easily be it. I wouldn't put money on it, but I wouldn't not put money on it.
Yeah, well, it could be like we have so many versions of these characters because we have at least 3 Supermen.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 confirmed.
The reason I say it might not be younger Routh is I think that they would just have it Routh. Yeah, they would just.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely Tyler, but it could be like I think the dream makes the most sense. Yeah,
definitely. A dream or an illusion of some sort, something. But
they better make jokes about how Tyler is like wow, you guess you missed out on like sun rays or something, being the smallest of the Supermen. Like he's like so significantly smaller than the other two guys.
I would love if old man Superman Brandon Routh just like casually picks him up and puts him down and is just like there sport.
Yeah, it's funny though, is like that Routh is playing the Kingdom Come version, which isn't the old man Superman. So like it is kind of interesting because have they said, because that's the same universe that Conroy is from, I believe they've said, because he's Kingdom Come Batman.
That would make sense.
Based on like the picture, he's wearing the same kind of like neck brace thing, back brace.
Yeah, I mean,
is what's her name being that Wonder Woman?
Maybe. I don't know if she's gonna.
They've said she's in it.
They have said she's in it. I still say that she's like.
I think they've said she is a Wonder Woman.
I don't know if do the ages really match up though.
Well, because I mean, she's older than all of them, but Superman wouldn't age the same.
Right, but when Diana leaves Themyscira, how does she age? Does she?
It depends on what you're reading.
Okay, so
like,
it depends
very much. Because it depends. Is she a goddess? Is she like the daughter of Zeus? Because then she's not really aging.
It makes me think that she might be a Diana. I don't know, from an Earth where she lost her powers. Maybe I think that that's what they go with to explain why she looks so much older. Because with Batman, you're just like, well, he's Batman, so he's gonna, he's just gonna age. But the fact that she looks so much older, they might have some sort of explanation.
Well, yeah, because Routh is like in his 40s and she's in her 60s.
Yeah, and that's about how Superman ages. That in my head, pretty close. It's about the same age he is in Batman Beyond, give or take. It looks like.
Yeah, he just has the Reed Richards gray streaks. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I think he's supposed to be like in his 50s or 60s in the Crisis, because Lois is fairly old.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm really curious what Tom Welling does.
I'm so curious to see what he does, because it's not just him; it's him and I can't remember her name that plays Lois. I feel like I would be
Erica Durance? I don't remember that. I didn't remember that.
Yes, it's both of them. They've been like tweeting up a storm about like having to like see each other again because they both been kind of working and she doesn't do the con circuit like he does.
Right.
And he's only been doing the con circuit for like a year.
Okay. That's interesting. I did not realize that she was back, but I mean, they might have multiple Loises on screen at the same time, which is almost cooler than multiple Clarks. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think we should talk about Arrow because that's really that's the show.
I think we should do Arrow and then like a little bit more of like what we think will happen.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So
this
Arrow,
has been the best season.
Yes.
Yeah, Arrow's fucking awesome. Like,
it's great. It's great. It's great because it's a good goodbye to this character, goodbye to this show, a good send off to a lot of the characters that we've come to love from the show, but maybe we haven't seen in a while, or we didn't know when we were going to see them again, or if we will ever see some of them again. But it's also been a very good setup for Crisis at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And a very light, well, not so light backdoor pilot into this other show that I'm still very weary of.
Yeah, considering how much I don't want it, they are not doing a bad job of setting it up. I would say, like,
for the first time ever, I'm like, I would like a show on this Laurel. Like, sure. I don't care about the other characters.
Definitely
is the problem.
Laurel.
I mean, it's the most I've liked Laurel so far.
Oh yeah, because she has stuff to do. It's like what we talk about in all the shows.
Yeah.
They just
other
don't
than when she was like full on villain in The Flash, this is the best I've liked any version of the character. So yeah, sure. And why not?
But yeah, the season's been awesome. I like how they've broken it up in the reveal of what's her name? of Harbinger. Well, they haven't said Harbinger, but of Lila.
But yeah,
Lila. Like that last episode with that, I was like, oh, this is like so good and like such a good way to deal with this.
Yeah, it was very. It's all been just very well.
That last episode broke me. The scenes with Quentin and Oliver together, like that hit me like a sack of bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's like they did have an episode where I was like, oh, I forgot how goddamn good this guy was on this show.
Yeah, he's the heart of the show in that episode, and every guest that they've had return, every one of them I would say has been good.
I like the Russia one.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
totally. Man.
The only one that got like a shaft was what's his name, Mr. Terrific. He really did nothing.
Yeah, he didn't add much.
I think that goes to like the problem with how they even attempted to do that character, which they basically like didn't do that character in many ways.
Well, he was inconsistent also. Depending on the episode.
Yeah, they had no idea how to handle him because it's like, in the comics, he's the goddamn smartest person in the world. He's Iron Man, except he doesn't wear an armor suit. He has little floaty balls.
Right. Yeah, little floaty balls, exactly.
Exactly.
But yeah, like they just didn't know what to do with him. I thought Talia was really good. Also, she was fantastic.
That was actually the episode I didn't like the most.
I didn't like how it ended, but I like her. What's the sister's name?
Thea.
I was like, oh, this is a good way to bring these characters back around, but the end result, I was like,
Also, for an episode that is very much evoking 3, it had probably one of the bigger hills for me to climb in terms of liking it. So I was kind of able to.
They haven't even addressed season 4, so
no, they are not even trying. And I suggested that they were going to revisit individual seasons. I'm less sure about that. I think it's more places from seasons and characters.
It's settings and characters, which is why I think it's fitting that the last one is on the NU.
Yes, I was like, of course.
Yeah, it has
now, here's my question: do you think Manu Bennett's showing up this week?
No,
he's not in the hole in the ground.
He got his ending already. That's why.
He'll show up at some point in this final season.
One of the things I loved was I can't remember which episode, the one where the kids came back from the future. That's the same actor that played that character eons ago in Legends of Tomorrow.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure he was no,
it's the same guy, because there's Slade has 2 kids. The one that was like in his that he came back for to go find, was it Joseph? No, it wasn't Joseph. It was the other one. Shit, I can't remember their names. One is Jericho, which is the one we saw, whose also name is Joseph. And then I can't remember what the other one's name is. Because the one that he's looking for is the one that dies in like the famous Teen Titans book.
Mm.
And the one that's all shitty is the same one that was in the episode where Connor Hawke was originally in. And it's the same actor that plays Connor.
Let's see. Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, but I still don't. I mean, John, like, if there's any time that they're gonna bring back Slade and Manu Bennett, it would be this season, but I don't think it's gonna be next episode. I think it's maybe post-crisis, something like that.
I can see series finale.
But the way I see it, they gave him a goodbye. I think that's what those 2 episodes. What was it, a season ago, or maybe longer? I cannot remember for sure. Like, I think those episodes were intended as like, this is goodbye for now, but if we don't get another chance to say goodbye, this is goodbye. And
oh no, that's totally fair. For me, I kind of see it as sort of like he was such an integral part of Oliver's journey. It'd be pretty foolish to not have him back at some point.
I did check it. It's the same actor that plays Grant Wilson.
Grant Wilson. Okay.
Yeah, he's the
okay.
one.
You're talking about. So you're talking about. Okay, I see what you mean. I
The
thought you
ca-
were talking
he played.
about.
Yeah, he played the character in Legends of Tomorrow's dystopic future where we first meet Connor as Grant
Okay.
Wilson, and he is
Okay.
the same actor from there. The
For
other
some reason,
guy is the other son.
Yes, for some reason I thought you were talking about JJ. I was like, "Are you sure about that, Lou?"
No. Yeah, no. They are different
I was
colors of
like,
people.
I was like, he changed ethnic identities there, so I'm not sure about that. Yes, definitely. Okay, that makes much more sense.
But again, I would just say that's an awesome callback, like bringing back the kid that played Connor. Like
absolutely,
continuity.
It's really smart. It's very very good idea. Yeah, and bringing back Connor, that was good too. Let's see, what are we talking about? I guess, I mean, John, you kind of told us which one you didn't like, but Lou, was there sort of a revisit or a location or an episode that you really don't really like the way that it was handled so far, or have you liked just about all of them?
I'm trying to remember what the second one was, the Hong Kong. What was that one?
I liked the way that they handled
Oh, that was the one with Katana.
Yes,
I was like,
Katana,
holy shit that they brought her back.
But I think that episode is a little bit forgettable somewhat.
Yeah, like I completely forgot. Like, and that was the one where she's like, "Oh, you have to fight for stuff," which then I guess you don't.
But I liked everything that she had to do in that episode. I thought, but yeah, I could see that one.
Again, the best parts I think of that episode is Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
Laurel and Lila.
Yes, I agree.
I like short hair better than you.
Yeah, and the sort of the decompression after that particle wave just eats through that other Star City. Yeah, that was the best.
I mean, what a way to start the season.
Yeah, that was insanity.
Oh yeah, that also I forgot that had China White in it too. Right. Like, wait, what? They brought her back?
I thought you were about to say, "Oh yeah, I forgot that happened."
And I was going to say, well, why didn't we get Bronze Tiger? Last season was like a goodbye to Bronze Tiger, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, we have his son in this episode, like all over this shit. It's like, well, what has happened to him? Because was that the episode? Wasn't there an episode all about that, like saving? Or was that last season? That had to do with Bronze Tiger and his wife and the baby.
I think that's like the mid-season of last season, or it's the last episode. One of the two. No, that was the season. They had to save his wife and young JJ. That's right. And it was who was it? Lila. Lila had to go undercover, even though she was there during the Suicide Squad episode. And she killed that one guy's father during that episode, which is such a weird callback.
It's the episode with the what do you call it? The with the sister with Thea and
Yes,
it's that episode.
The sort of B plot of that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting that they referenced something from so long ago that most of us don't really remember, because the Suicide Squad episode feels like it was forever ago. Or episode.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be their new hot thing, and then Warner Bros. Was like, nope.
Yeah.
You don't get joy and happiness. We're going to take this over, and it's going to be a huge hit. I mean, it was a huge hit, but everyone's going to love...
Yeah.
I guess to go back to Arrow, like, I like all the things they've done. I love this season. When it comes to Crisis, it's been like, I wouldn't say it's really like set up. It's more like the kind of what we're preparing for the repercussions of it as we're saying this goodbye. Because the only character that's really getting set up is Laurel as like a redemption story for Crisis. Because everybody else is like,
Laurel's been getting a redemption story for the last like 2 seasons, though.
But it's worked. I think for me it has worked.
Oh, it's definitely worked. I'm just saying.
For that character and the actress, It's like, oh, it was never her from season 1. It was shitty writing. They never gave her shit to do.
Yeah.
She was like version 1 of Iris.
Well, they didn't know whether to make her damsel in distress, bad girlfriend, or strong, interesting character. They didn't know where they wanted to go, but it seemed like they always wanted to go in one of the 3 directions at the same time. And they could never focus.
Remember when Wildcat was in the show?
Yeah, I
I
remember.
You know who has a prominent feature in Crisis? Wildcat. Yes.
Yeah,
because he's part of the Justice Society, and because this is in the book is when he gets retired, and then there's a female Wildcat.
Yeah,
and that book was written in 1986.
What I've been like looking at is there is an entire like wiki page about Arrowverse cast members, and the list is extensive.
Yeah,
like almost absurdly extensive.
Yeah, well, the Arrow itself has been on for what, like 8 years, 9 years?
Yeah. They have a big group to pull from. I wouldn't be surprised if Crisis is just a lot of people showing up randomly for like a minute and us being like, "Oh, it's that guy." It's that person.
Kind of thing. I was trying to remember the other day. I was like, "Oh, what characters?" I was like, "Oh wait, remember when they did Solomon Grundy?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there was like so many like bad characters that they did for half a second, like season 1 and 2, as like villain of the week.
They're gonna have the guy who played Zod from Krypton show back up as like Oliver's kind of stepdad.
Yeah. Oh, and joining us,
speeding his way back from the Speed Force.
Yes, jumping in from another show.
Quite literally, like I said, we wrapped up, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna jump into a Phantom Zone call now." And Sean goes, "Oh dear God!" Joe just goes, "Godspeed," and they both hung up.
Yeah, you jumped in at a good moment. We're just about to do like predictions for Crisis, so I guess we
just kind of recapped everything that's been happening on the main show so far.
Good, because I'm woefully behind on everything.
Yeah, I would just say, like, what's been your favorite moment from all the Arrow that you've seen? It doesn't need to be complete or anything, but that's sort of where we were. So
to get that out there, Earth 2 getting wiped out was like a really good way to start this off with like, no, we fucking mean it when we say this is a crisis. Like, this is a big event. It's gonna affect everything.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, everything's happy and fun. Then it's like, oh nope, everyone's dead.
One of the big criticisms that people levy towards this genre is like, there's no consequences. People don't die and nothing ever sticks. But like, sure, they're out for this, but at least you're showing me there's proper stakes here. Like, you're showing me it's like this isn't just like a couple things here. It's whole Earths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're taking the name and the title Crisis very seriously, and I think that if Earth X continues to be like a prediction of what is to come, I think things are going to get pretty crazy, and I can't wait. So I think this is a good way to segue into sort of predictions and things other than what we've already said. But I guess, what's the craziest prediction each of us has that might be unfounded or just has no real basis in anything?
Michael Keaton shows up.
Yes.
I mean, the amount of people that said yes is startling. So I mean, like, it wouldn't shock me at this point.
The one I posted in the guest when I was like, can we get Christopher Reeve's son in his old costume just to give us a look?
No, we're getting the ghost of Christopher Reeves. We're doing a resurrection spell here. How dare you?
Well, there's all the stuff from Smallville that he did that they can do a voiceover.
He's in the wheelchair.
At this point, if Ben Affleck was seriously approached and asked, I think he might say yes, because I think he would stick it to Warner Brothers that way.
Ezra Miller would definitely say yes.
The only other, Ezra Miller or Zachary Levi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi would definitely say yes.
Because like I said, the Shazam like universe, that world is like one of the like 5 ones that remain at the end.
Interesting.
Oh, but if we're going to go more realistic prediction, my prediction is I think that they actually kill off Supergirl.
So do you mean main
I don't know
Supergirl?
about that.
Yeah.
That seems
I feel
a little.
I feel like there is going to be some sort of repercussions to her character, and the version we know, because it depends. I guess my thought is like if we get a merging of Earths like they should do, this version of Kara goes away,
I could see that.
and we get like a different version of her.
I mean, we talked about this briefly before. That she's in a very Andrew position where she could easily go off and do a lot of much bigger, much better paying things.
Also, there's the worry that like if you're doing a Superman show, there's no reason to have two shows with Kryptonian main characters. Like, I don't care how different they might be, that seems redundant.
Yeah, well, that's what we were saying. We talked about earlier with Martian Manhunter. If not her, Martian Manhunter will die.
Yeah, probably.
I think that. Because you missed the camera. I was talking about like how I think certain characters are going to be taking the roles of the characters in the book, and my guess is Manhunter will be the Supergirl role, and he's the one that will die.
They got away in Crisis on Earth X with killing Martin Stein because among the roster of people you have so far across these shows, like he's one of the people I would consider like an elder statesman, where his death will have emotional reverberations, but also you can go on without him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So I think John dying would have an impact, but also it wouldn't cripple anything.
Yeah.
No.
Also, his position in the shows is kind of unnecessary.
He filled what all the shows start with, which is like an older paternal figure.
Right.
Like every single show has had one, and now he doesn't need it. Like Arrow no longer needed, although it was great to see him again.
The show killed paternal characters left and right too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Flash has not because Joe is still there.
The only reason Joe is still there is because we love him and we riot.
And also, he doesn't have to move a lot. He just kind of stands.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think Kane will show back up at some point? Maybe in a Superman costume? I don't know.
Who?
Dean Cain. He was their father.
He showed up in Supergirl. If he was going to show up in this show, they would have talked about it.
So,
My
like,
reason,
at that point, too many super people.
Also, like, he kind of doubled down on the shitty conservative stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking. As soon as I said that, I thought about that. I'm like, yeah.
And they've already used him. I think you would be more likely to see, like, I can't remember what her name is, but she was in, I think, one of the first seasons of Supergirl that was Supergirl on Smallville. You're more likely to see her on it as Supergirl, as another Supergirl.
Yeah, her Supergirl's mother, who was in
Supergirl
the film. Yeah,
Helen Slater.
Our favorite film,
the only
time.
shining.
I would actually. How awesome would it be if that's the version of Supergirl that dies?
Give it to me.
Yeah, like Helen's. Like, Brandon Routh is holding her.
That would be cathartic.
I think a lot of the alternate versions of characters we know who have either like big deaths in the source material are going to be the versions who die on screen. Like the whole Flash must die thing. Like there's already two built-in solutions to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I said it's
the other one, Jay Garrick.
I think it's
90s.
Yeah.
Again, I'm literally expecting like our current Barry Allen to be like, I'm supposed to die, and then Jonathan Frakes is gonna come out being like, it's false. We created it.
God damn it.
That or it's both of them. Because
because
the thing with Earth 90 is like, I don't fucking know you, dude. Like,
right?
It's still like, it's the face and it's that suit. Like, it would be a good send off, and especially like it then ties up that Earth.
Mm-hmm. And I was saying earlier, it gives that version more importance, oddly enough, so that people will be like, "Oh, I should watch that show now." it has a larger thing tied
just
into it.
Minutes of development during the actual event, and like an example would be kind of showing him being like, "I'm literally the last person from my planet, and there's nothing left." Like, and if this can stop, a handful of planets from dying, then so be it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can see that.
There's nothing left. Everybody he knew was dead. Like literally everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think the
would
chances
become
that
the Red
Diggle
Death.
puts on the ring?
Okay,
100%.
here's the thing. I don't know if that will happen now. I also don't know if Reverse Flash is going to be in this now.
Yeah, the things that they've set up already with Kavanaugh
doesn't-
make me think not.
He doesn't make sense. Like there are villains in the book, but the villain story is so unnecessary to the main story that it doesn't belong there.
The problem is they built this into the show for too long because every time you saw that newspaper clipping, the one thing it kept saying was Central City under attack by Reverse Flash and an army of shadow demons.
Yeah. But they have changed the cover now. They've changed what the text says, I believe, as well. I think they did. I haven't gone and read it, but I assume that they changed the text as well.
Directly, see you at our next crisis. It's like
yeah.
I'm
think
still under the belief that Green Lantern HBO Max show is gonna be a part of the Arrowverse.
It might be. We'll see. Because HBO Max is it's ether at this point. It's very like what HBO Max even means is kind of like undefined at this point. So we'll see. What was I gonna fucking say? I could see Reverse Flash sort of being a late comer, him being in the January episodes, not the December episodes. That would make sense, and it would make sense if he was actually on the good guy's side, if he's like trying to fix things.
Also, the other problem is that the crisis event is supposed to be the night that Barry disappears and runs back in time with Thawne to his house.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we have a whole other major plot thread that may just get fucking abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
That would be dumb.
Well, the thing is, like,
that'd be real dumb.
From the book, like how the Flash dies is so goofy and doesn't make any sense.
He just runs fast, doesn't he?
He escapes the Psycho Pirate and basically pushes through like the
Psycho Pirate.
Yeah, he escapes like whatever pocket universe.
That's a sentence you just said. He escapes the Psycho Pirate.
Yar, and you know what? Every time he says "yar," you hear the Psycho theme in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, absolutely. Anyways, Lou, what were you saying?
Yeah, he
escapes. I was just saying, like, and he just like super speeds and like is able to try to talk to people like through the different points that we've been seeing, and like in pushing through this like pocket universe, burns himself out and dies.
Yeah, it was like retcon. It's the same, like the Speed Force like reclaimed him essentially.
Yes. And that's basically how they get rid of him. So Wally picks up the suit and takes over.
And then later on, the Speed Force was like, spits him back out.
Yeah, like all along, like
the Speed Force in the form of Barry's mom just.
No, Barry's mom would just pick him up and like throw him out the door.
I'm sorry, I was just like flicking through pictures and I came across the picture from the Crisis, the thing last year, Elseworlds, when Stephen Amell is in the Flash costume, and it still looks so goddamn hilarious. Like he's so squeezed into it.
I just finished the first hour of that crossover. Some of that humor still holds up incredibly well.
Here's the thing: Oliver just not giving a shit and throwing a lightning bolt into a room full of people is still very funny. Because that's exactly what Oliver Queen in this universe would be like if you gave him Speed Force powers. Like he would just be like, "All right, I can throw lightning. Then I will throw lightning." Like
exactly. Well, I feel like that's a good segue into post-crisis. We've been talking about it for a while, but I feel like it's pretty clear Stephen Amell is going to be Red Death. I mean, we've said stuff like that before. Like, obviously, Ronnie is Savitar, so it couldn't be anything else. But
obviously, Ronnie is Savitar. Oops.
The thing is, when they were talking about Savitar in like a post sense, like it was always very vague. But like they've confirmed in this, universe that Red Death does happen because you can trust it because Godspeed has already happened. It was just like the same newsreel footage that talked about it both.
Yeah.
And so they've already name dropped Red Death, and at this point, like, don't do that unless you plan on doing something with it, and you can't just have nobody as the Red Death.
Exactly.
No, the whole
And they
point of that
haven't-
character is like the weight behind it.
Mhm.
So unless they
And they
spend
haven't-
two seasons with
Surprise,
Bruce
Eddie
Wayne,
Thawne's still alive.
Yeah, and they haven't really established their Bruce yet, or at least that's what I've been told. Like they really haven't
No.
established an actor or who that version, that characterization of Bruce is for them to play off of that. But Amell has years of characterization to go off of, and we discussed this last year. If you gave him the the Speed Force, he would do terrible things with it eventually.
Yeah. That, and if you just like honestly, if you did another Earth, or maybe it's the same Ollie, maybe he like instead of dying, he wakes up in a different reality, whatever the fuck. But like the thing is that he has to have like everyone in the extended Arrow family get murdered for him to even consider this ludicrous idea of sapping the Speed Force from Barry. So I don't know. There's your emotional weight built right in, because Barry's gonna fucking unmask him, see him, and just be completely heartbroken, and Oliver's be like, "You don't understand what I fucking went through." Yeah. Also, a version of you is in my head, yelling at me all the time.
And Oliver then just starts making angry helicopter noise. Zooms off.
I'm like looking at pictures from like the cast list. It's interesting that this one cast photo is on the Wave Rider, and there's only 3 people not in superhero costumes, and 2 of them make sense, and the other one doesn't to me.
I think it's Ryan Choi.
Yes, it's Ryan Choi and Iris, and then Diggle's just in his civvies. Why is Diggle not in his Spartan costume?
Because he got the ring, wink, wink. Let me have this.
Yeah, that's like my point. Is like, why would he be on set? Although I do like in this photo that the actress that plays Lila is in character in it.
Yeah,
like, she's in her pose, not emoting.
Yeah, like everyone else is posing, and then she's just like deadpan.
Yeah,
like the monitor is also really intense there.
Yeah. Also, how goddamn huge is Cress Williams? Like, I know he's like in the second row, but
big man, like,
okay, he's big. He's not Brandon Routh as a god.
Well, like the thing is, and that's why I thought he was terrifying in season 1 of Black Lightning, because he's already a giant dude, and now he can throw Kamehameha waves and like roundhouse with like.
Is this
that's why I like that show.
Grant, because I haven't seen, or is this Cress Williams? Because I haven't seen any of Black Lightning yet. And season 1.
Yeah, and what is also awesome is their villain is not bigger than him.
They're both just giant men.
Yes, and he is because the villain is he is black, but he is albino in real life, so he is his off-putting like look, and he is so interesting.
Cress Williams is that he's still playing a dad who's middle-aged, so like he has like 1920s like strongman build to him, where he's just like barrel-chested. So then you put him in this giant bulky costume, and he looks like he's just fucking he's gigantic. So when he starts throttling people, you're like, that is an old puffy man in a very big suit, giving roundhouse kicks and judo tosses and throwing people around through windows. It's awesome.
Yeah, in this picture, he's in his new season 2. That's supposed to be like nanotech or something. So it's a little bit slimmer.
Yeah, and I hear it's easier for him to move around in from a.
Oh, see, I do like that suit.
Yes, it is much more of like whatever Barry is wearing or Grant is wearing, right. Like where it's some sort of like fabric and not like an Iron Man. Because there's obviously a reason why Ralph is like very rarely in the Atom costume.
Also, I don't know when Lila gets the costume.
Well, she has a costume in the comics, and like it's part of her power set in the comics. Although I wish they would have given her the headpiece.
Speaking of costume,
the goddamn headpiece is awesome.
Veering off a little bit, but they're supposedly going to make cameos. The fucking Nightwing suit they revealed for Titans was beautiful.
Oh my god!
I haven't even seen the season yet, but that suit was.
However, I have heard the finale of season 2 is dumb as fuck.
Yeah, I heard they did it all over again. That it was just as like
they did something
meandering.
From what I read, I was like, that's fucking stupid and doesn't make any sense. But they're supposed to show up, according to Pagey, who's been a pretty reliable source in the past few years. Like, I think Stephen Amell follows him. He's been so reliable. And like, there's stuff in the producers like, oh yeah, they're surprised that we haven't even announced yet. And I'm just wondering, like, what could possibly be in the cards as far as surprises go at this point. Because
the only thing would be connecting to Titans or or Doom Patrol, like one of the app shows, or I don't know, some connection to the newer movies. Because I highly doubt they're going to connect to like the very Vertigo-y stuff, like Lucifer. That got the actor Tom Ellis shot that down.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense anyway.
All I want is Brendan Fraser to show up as Robot Man, take one look at what's going on, say "fuck it," and just turn right back around.
Yeah, that'll be
the danger in showing all these Earths is okay, well, are some going to blow up? No, who cares?
Well,
if they don't about the Titans scene that's allegedly being shown, because it shows them looking out the window at an antimatter wave coming at them. I don't believe that now, because that means that either you commit to destroying it, or they're going to stand there the whole time and watch this wave just go backwards.
Well, yeah, that's why if they don't if they don't make this have consequences to the multiverse to bring it down, then this is Flashpoint again.
Yeah.
If they don't have consequences. That was the point. That was the entire intent behind the book, was to get rid of the confusion of the fucking multiverse and all of that shit and whittle it all down into one thing.
So does that mean if they somehow let's say Titans is in the same universe as Arrow, does that mean it's just a bunch of different DC shows in the same continuity spread across so many different networks and services?
I don't know if they'll ever really commit to that.
The problem is that even on the app, Doom Patrol and Titans aren't even in the same universe.
Which is dumb.
I thought they were, because I thought Cyborg...
No.
What the fuck?
But that is how they explained that the Doctor is two different actors. Because the Doctor in Titans is not the same, is not what's his name, Timothy Dalton.
What are you doing, DC?
Yeah.
Well, they got a better actor, but the problem is they could have just been oh, I did a thing, and now I look different.
I mean, I could see them using that to sort of even compress the Titans and Doom Patrol back into one universe. I think that's this kind of thing that they would do. Integrate Swamp Thing into the CW verse. Whatever, who cares who gets compressed into what? I still don't think that they would compress Titans because of the holes. They have their own slate already, and it would be confusing for a lot of people.
Sorry, I'm still flipping through pictures. Apparently, we're in Metropolis at some point in this crossover.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure we've already seen.
Ralph and Tyler, and they're at the Daily Planet.
Oh, I can't wait.
I've seen that picture.
Cool.
Yeah, the picture of the two Supermen.
Yeah, I never looked behind them because I was too busy staring at Ralph's giganticness to notice that the Daily Planet was there.
It takes up a sizable percentage of the photo's space. So,
well, I see the subsidiary sign in the background. Subsidiary of what?
Oh, it might be a Daily Planet subsidiary, so it might not be their main headquarters.
Okay, that would make sense. Maybe it's still in Central City or something.
Other than that, I don't really have any rock solid predictions yet, because one, still behind. There's probably some stuff I haven't seen that I need context for, and two, they've done kind of a good job of holding the cards close to chest.
Oh, I guess only because of the announcement of the show, I bet Stargirl shows up.
Yeah, she's in the cast list.
Yeah. Because if that show's going to be on CW, so.
Yeah, and honestly,
also, who's ready for Crisis Aftermath from Kevin Smith?
Right. But even with the crossovers the past few years, they don't really give you much going into them. But then Crisis on Earth X, I'm so glad that we went to that with minimal tease, because that whole crossover is so fucking satisfying. Mm-hmm. And delivers on stuff I didn't think it would deliver on. And kind of gives you this weird spectacle on a scale these shows haven't done yet. And I'm kind of glad we don't know that much about Crisis yet going into it, because the less I've known about these crossovers going in, the better they feel.
Yeah, and even the stuff that leaks, the people leaking it, I think it might be just intentional in the way that they're shooting. We don't know what Burt Ward is actually doing
we have no fucking idea.
We know he's walking a dog.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
is all we know.
Like that's the extent of it.
We don't know what Kevin Conroy is doing. We don't know what What's Her Face from Birds of Prey is doing.
I forgot about her.
Be there, but they said but people have been saying oh no, she's involved, but we just don't know how or why.
Yeah, because it's like we were talking about before. I keep forgetting her name. Wonder Woman.
Well, I heard that it was going to be a Birds of Prey reunion, even that all the main cast members will be on screen.
My
together.
God!
I don't interrupt super quick. I'm so sorry. I just saw a promo for Black Lightning. I think for this week coming up, and it looks like it's a tie-in to Crisis.
Yeah, because I saw a bit of the crossover teaser so far. Makes it seem like I think either just Black Lightning or Black Lightning and his family are rescued from their Earth before it's destroyed.
I think it's probably just Black Lightning because I haven't seen his daughters in any
promos. Yeah, they haven't been in any promos.
So that's yeah.
The
one daughter
is the
he's
only
doing the Hawkeye role, and maybe his whole thing is no, I need to get my family back.
Yeah, and also I haven't heard Stephen Amell's Instagram posts. He just says thank you, Cress, for coming. He doesn't say thanks to the entire Black Lightning crew for coming up from LA.
Yeah, I think no one's gotten pictures of any of the Black Lightning cast members. It's just been Cress Williams.
They've said that only Cress took off a week from filming to come shoot his scenes.
Right. So if their other cast members are there, it's stuff that they shot in LA where they're not interacting with the other members. It's maybe set up stuff of them seeing the antimatter wave, and then he gets
Wait,
pulled.
They don't shoot in LA, they shoot in Atlanta, and then Crest went up to Vancouver.
I don't remember where I did not realize they shot in Atlanta. Amell made it sound like they were coming up from LA. So
Batgirl shoots in Chicago, or Batwoman. God damn it, Arlen.
Batwoman. Yeah, Lou. Is it so hard not to do that, huh?
I'd spend a whole podcast calling Sam Elliott Sam Neill. So,
I mean, isn't one the New Zealand version of the other?
I don't think so.
Not really. Yeah. Okay, where were we? I don't know if we really have much else to say. We've been going for 90. I don't know. Connor, you weren't on. You weren't on for the first part, but from the other shows, I guess, was there anything you really wanted to point out that sort of suggests Crisis, I guess, or just notes about the other shows?
Nothing yet, because like I said, I'm pretty behind on stuff. I've just been catching up with clips and the whatnot, and the most recent thing I saw was Negative Flash Barry, and I giggled because they dyed his teeth black.
Okay, so that design looks
really stupid.
It's really bad.
It looks like he drank motor oil or something. It doesn't look like he's evil. It looks like he chewed somebody that dyed his teeth.
Now, Connor, I want to ask you, because you're the Flash expert. Do you think that Bloodwork is as bad or worse than The Thinker?
No, I think Thinker's bad because The Thinker's entire thing is he thinks he's smart, and his plan was just nonsense after nonsense after nonsense, and lots of logistical fallacies and stupid shit you can easily just think around.
Yeah,
and he has solutions to problems he doesn't have. He has meta powers he never brings up again. And then halfway through the fucking season, they just replace this fantastic actor with increasingly less talented people, and then he comes back for the end, and then they beat him by unplugging him. So yeah,
not even them. His wife.
Yeah, his wife is like, "Oh, I pulled your USB port out," and he's like, blah, 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 and he's just fucking. That's it, gone.
Yep.
It's a fucking terrible season.
Yeah, Bloodwork is just filler, just really boring filler.
But that's the problem.
Do you think
Bloodwork is a filler character in the comics? So
he's a 2-issue character.
Exactly to my expert. Yeah, 3 issues with some of the worst Flash art I've ever seen in my fucking life. Where Barry looks like the fucking guy from It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Can I bring up one character out that I hope Arrow addresses that I doubt they will, because all they did was Poochie him? One of the original members of Team Arrow,
Ragman.
Oh
yeah, Ragman.
Oh yeah, what the fuck happened to Ragman?
He saved the world from. He saved them from a nuke, and then went home.
He's searching from the mummy He's searching for mummy ropes. That's what he's looking for.
Documentary real quick, and he's like, "Yeah, once I was a superhero. Now I'm not. Isn't that cool? Bye.
Damn, my rags ran out of juice. I had to go.
Oh no, my rags are destroyed or whatever. I don't know.
I don't even remember the origins. Weren't they like magical Jewish robes?
Yes,
like,
they were
literally?
magical Jewish rags that his family kept with him.
Yes.
And he said that he was going to Israel to see if there were other magical Jewish rags.
If I was a bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
On that note, I think we're done.
I think we're good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to plug anything because I just spent the last 2 hours on the very thing I would plug anyway. So go listen to Movie Dumpster. We got some new episodes out, and we're working the Christmas stuff. So there you go. Terminator and Blood Rage are out. Have fun with those.
Yeah. Let's see. Lost Harlow podcast is on a kind of a break. We might have a Christmas special thing coming out, but don't wait up. Other than that, that show will be back in late to early January. Who knows? And yeah, that's my plugs. Lou.
Check out the other shows on here. The comic show. Just about every Thursday, we will be wrapping up Crisis just as the shows kick off. So I think our fourth part of the Crisis coverage will be this week. So check that out. John Scott's on there all the time too.
Yeah, I got nothing to plug, but what Lou said, I'm on comics sometimes. So yeah, go listen to that.
You're in the Phantom Zone group also, which is a great place to.
I am on the Phantom Zone group on Facebook, which y'all should join.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and share this goddamn podcast with your friends.
Also, if you join the Phantom Zone group and you haven't listened to this podcast, go join the spoiler group because that's where I'm putting all the Crisis stuff.
Yeah, and if you're on the Phantom Zone group long enough, you might become a member of or have your own spin-off podcast.
Yeah, this is a giant scam.
Yeah.
Remember,
people do free work.
Crisis of Infinite podcasts.
Work hard enough, you too can podcast.
Yeah, we just collect people to host, and we secretly haven't been paying them, and we're just keeping the money that doesn't exist for ourselves.
What money?
We're like
we get paid.
Only God.
Hey, man, I'm not paying you at all.
What are you talking about? This money.
Now, John, we may be harvesting your children and turning them into little power.
So that's where the scar on my abdomen came from.
And your sons will be turned into giant enforcers with drill hands.
Are they going to be turned into that Nightmare After Dark photo you made?
Yes, that's exactly what will happen.
Still haven't quite fully deciphered yet, but all right. Well, Eric's not here, so I don't know. Something gross. Bye.
Something gross.
Tentacles in an orifice
in your nostril or something.
Something rude.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of King Shark eating a penguin.
Something about teeth.
Bye. That's the episode art.